Hello my fantastic angling friends, and welcome back to the channel. Your favorite fishing expert here, and today we're diving deep into the glorious forecast for the 28th of September 2025 across our beloved United Kingdom. This isn't just any late September day, it's a transition point, a real sweet spot where the summer's bounty lingers and the autumn's treasures are starting to show themselves. Stick with me, because I'm going to tell you why this Sunday could be absolutely special, where to cast your lines, and what tackle to bring to make sure you're not just fishing, but catching. The weather gods seem to be smiling on us for the most part, with stable conditions that could lead to some seriously aggressive feeding from our finned friends. So if you've been itching to get out, this is the video for you. First up, for all you freshwater predator fanatics, let's talk about the mighty pike. As autumn truly takes hold, these magnificent ambush predators are in a fantastic mood, building up their fat reserves for the colder months ahead. On Sunday, 28th of September, I'd focus my efforts on larger lakes, slow-moving rivers, and those quiet canals, especially where baitfish are congregating. Look for them around dense weed beds, under lily pads, and near any submerged snags or structure. These are their prime hunting grounds, offering excellent cover for a surprise attack. A medium to heavy spinning or baitcasting setup is essential, and please, for safety and success, always use a wire trace. In terms of lures, medium to large, soft plastics, jerkbaits, or even dead baits, fished under a float in slightly deeper water, can be incredibly effective. Don't be shy to experiment with brighter colors if the water has a bit of a tint to it. Remember, pike are opportunistic, so an injured baitfish action on your retrieve can be deadly. Now for my saltwater enthusiasts, let's talk about the incredible bass. September is still an excellent time for targeting these powerful fish, and the evening bite can be particularly productive. With water temperatures still relatively mild, around 16 to 18 degrees Celsius, bass will be actively hunting. Focus your efforts on tidal estuaries, around rocky outcrops and along shingle beaches, especially where you notice some wave action disturbing smaller baitfish. These areas are rich in food and provide excellent cover for bass. A good spinning rod with a fast action will be your best friend. For lures, shallow diving hard plastics, soft plastics like Senkos or paddle tails, or even metal jigs can be very effective. If you prefer bait fishing, fresh peeler crab or ragworm fished on a running ledger rig near structure can work wonders. Remember, bass are often ambush predators, so presentation near cover is key. Moving on to another fantastic saltwater option for this time of year, we have the flounder. Friends, late summer to late autumn is prime flounder season, and the 28th of September falls perfectly within this window. You'll typically find these flatfish in shallower waters around the UK, especially on sandy or muddy bottoms in estuaries, harbours, and sheltered bays. They love to lie partially buried, waiting for a meal to come by. The key to catching flounder is patience and good bait presentation. Their mouths are small, so they often strike several times before fully taking the bait. Use a light to medium ledger rig with small hooks, size 8 or 10, and fresh bait like lugworm, ragworm, or small strips of mackerel. Adding a colourful bead or spinner blade just above your hook can often entice a curious flounder. For those who love the serene beauty of river fishing, particularly for trout, this Sunday is looking very promising. As the water cools down, these fish become more active again, aggressively feeding to bulk up before the colder months. In chalk streams and other clear rivers, look for them in runs, riffles, and around any areas with good insect activity or submerged structure. They'll be on the hunt for food. Fly fishing is often king here. Dries and sparse nymphs have been very productive. Think about experimenting with a variety of fly patterns to match the changing feeding preferences, such as larger dries like sedges or daddies, or even streamers if you're targeting bigger fish. A small spinner or worm on a light float rig can also be effective in the right conditions. Alright, let's break down the conditions for Sunday, the 28th of September 2025. Across the United Kingdom, we're looking at a generally settled day, my friends. Air temperatures will be mild for late September, hovering around 14 to 17 degrees Celsius during the day, dropping to a cooler 6 to 11 degrees Celsius at night. This is fantastic for angling as it avoids extreme heat or cold. Atmospheric pressure is looking stable to slightly rising across much of England and Wales, which typically puts fish in a better mood. We can expect mostly partly cloudy skies with a small chance of scattered light showers in some localized areas, particularly those still feeling the tail end of yesterday's rain in the north. Winds will be moderate, around 13 miles per hour, creating a lovely ripple on the water, which can often be a big plus for encouraging fish to feed. The reduced direct sunlight from partly cloudy conditions encourages fish to feed more confidently throughout the day rather than just at dawn and dusk. As for water temperature, it's still holding up nicely for late September. We're seeing average water temperatures in our freshwater and coastal areas ranging from around 16 to 18 degrees Celsius. This is crucial because as the season shifts, fish are keenly aware of the cooling waters. This relatively stable and still warm temperature means many species are still highly active, but also beginning to sense the approach of winter, prompting them to feed more aggressively. For bass, for example, temperatures above 10 degrees Celsius are excellent for their feeding activity. Now let's talk about the moon. On this 28th of September 2025, we're in a waxing crescent phase with about 35 to 36% of the moon illuminated. The moon is approximately 6 days old. In fishing folklore, the waxing crescent is often seen as a period of increasing activity. As the moon grows towards its first quarter tomorrow, many anglers believe the fish's metabolism and feeding drive increase. While not a full moon frenzy, this phase often indicates a decent level of activity, especially around dusk as the moon becomes more visible. Overall, my friends, the fish across the United Kingdom are in a state of active transition. Summer species are still present, enjoying the lingering warmth, while the first of the winter species are beginning to make an appearance. Predators like pike and bass are actively hunting to build up reserves, and freshwater species like trout are aggressively feeding. The stable weather, mild temperatures, and still warm water are all contributing factors. My honest assessment for the 28th of September is a good to very good bite. We've got a fantastic combination of stable atmospheric pressure, moderate winds creating a good ripple, and fish that are highly motivated to feed before the deeper cold sets in. This is a day when a bit of exploration and the right tactics could yield some truly memorable catches. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. So there you have it, fellow anglers, my detailed forecast for the 28th of September 2025. I truly hope this helps you plan your next adventure on the water. Remember, every day on the bank is a good day, but some days are just a little bit better for catching. I wish you all tight lines and ni kwosta, ni cheshwi. That's no tail, no scales for those new to our fishing lingo. If you found this forecast helpful, please hit that like button, share it with your fishing buddies, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future tips and forecasts. And I want to hear from you. What are your plans for this Sunday? What are you hoping to catch? And what are your go-to baits or lures for late September? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights help us all become better anglers. Until next time, stay safe and happy fishing.